going to go out on a limb here and say that probably not too many of you have seen one of these out in the wild. Probably haven't seen one of these at all unless you've been to some kind of Snapper or Briggs Stratton related get-together in the past year or so. But this is the Snapper SRX75LT Robotic Mower, and you can see here some of the features and goodies that it has, and what they want to try to sell you on there. Basic robotic mower stuff, the scheduling and the height of cut adjustment that you can do from an app and just pushing a couple buttons, and anti-theft technology and all that good stuff. But basically this is a prototype. With everything going on at Briggs Stratton now, I'm not sure when or if this thing will ever make it out to the wild, but thought we'd give you a look at it. So as we were saying, it has the typical robotic lawnmower features. It has the sensors in the front here. Those aren't headlights, they're actually sensors. It has the caster wheels in the front like you would expect on a robotic mower. It has the swinging blades on it like the Husqvarna automowers have. Nice tread on the tires back there. Here's a look at the control panel, pretty basic. And of course the charging station, very basic as well, your normal robotic mower stuff. So here's one in action, and right here you're going to start to see what is kind of unique about this mower. It's going to get to the boundary, and it's not just going to turn and just go randomly, off in some other direction. It's going to turn completely around, and it's going to come right back along the path that it just followed out there. So it's going to go out, it's going to turn, and it's going to come right back alongside the area where it just mowed. Watch, it'll do it again here. The guy's sticking his foot out there to kind of simulate a tree, and not going randomly, just back in the opposite direction in a straight line. Here we go again. It's going to move to the side a few inches. It's going to turn, and it's going to follow right along the path that it took to get out there. That is what they were talking about when on that sign it mentioned pattern mowing. How many people have said, I'll buy one when it can stripe my yard? Well, here you go. Now, these pictures don't do it complete justice because this was towards the end of September in New York. The grass was starting to die a bit, and they had been running it in this area over and over and over again for a couple days in a row. So the stripes were getting pretty well worn out. The grass was pretty much matted down, but you get the idea. This thing is going to go out, and it's just going to mow in a grid, sort of like the Ambrogio mowers do, where it's going to go out to where it stopped mowing at. It's not just going to pick a random area and go back out there or anything like that. It's going to go back to the exact spot where it left off when it came back into charge, and it's going to keep going across the lawn in its straight lines and making those stripes across the line, basically making a grid across your yard while it's mowing. You can see here again, just from one side to the other, right next to the line that it had just mowed before. So again, this thing was mowing about late September of 2019 at the Briggs Stratton dealer meeting in New York, and it was pretty surprising to see that they had been working on something like this, or they had this far along in the process. They actually have an app that they're working on too, so you could make changes and adjustments to the mower from your cell phone. That was going to work off of Wi-Fi. Basically, very similar to the Automower Connect setup from Husqvarna. Now, this thing did have a few neat features like a rain sensor and the ability to sense the object, and it wouldn't actually run into the object. It would actually stop before it hit the object. So that was pretty cool. Again, and the pattern cutting. So pretty neat machine. Just not really sure if or when we will see this because of everything going on currently with Briggs Stratton and the Snapper brand. Now, I will admit, because that was in September, and here we are in April, and I'm just getting this out there. I have forgot a lot about this mower, but I do remember the app. I do remember the rain sensor and some of the other features there. again, I was really surprised that they had one this far along. From what I understand, I think somebody else was involved with building it for them. But if you got to see this thing in action, let me know what you thought about it. Or watching these videos, what do you think? Are you excited that there might be something like this out there under the Snapper brand? Or what about the fact that there could potentially be a robotic mower on the horizon that could leave the stripes in your lawn that a lot of you guys have been asking for? You know, would that be enough to put you over the top and make you want to buy a robotic lawnmower then? Love to hear some feedback about this thing, whether you saw it up close and in person, or what you think from just watching these videos here of this thing in action. Leave some feedback in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you.